latest installment in the VHS franchise just dropped, and I think it is the perfect addition to my annual Halloween watch list. As somebody who stopped really liking the VHS movies after the second movie, I think that this franchise is making a comeback between this one and VHS Beyond that came out last year, which I think that one is the best of the franchise. But I think VHS Halloween is a solid addition. I think in general, the Halloween vibes of this movie are phenomenal. Some segments have a better vibe than others. My personal favorite segment in the movie is Fun Size. I want this guy to be our next villain. Like, I would watch 10 movies with him. This segment is like everything I want in a Halloween movie. It's campy, it's funny, it's gory, it has a great villain. Again, this is definitely my favorite segment in this movie and probably in my top favorite segments in any VHS movie ever. This movie as a whole just has this vintage campy feel to it, which I love to see in a horror movie. If you're looking for a serious movie with an intricate plotline, this movie is not for you. Like, none of these segments are for you, but if you are looking for something fun and silly, I would definitely check out VHS Halloween. The whole movie is honestly worth watching just for this segment. Like, I need a full-length version of this ASAP, please. Overall, I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. I had a really good time with it. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and in my opinion, it is definitely a step up from some other installments we have had in the VHS series.
In the following video, a man and his girlfriend are staying over at his aunt's house when they hear a strange noise from downstairs. Mind you though, that no one else is home.
Alright, so this is like really crazy. What did it say? What's going on?
Now he couldn't capture the noise on camera, but there is something in this video that's worth pointing out before mentioning anything else, and that's the house itself. This Victorian home belongs to the man's aunt, who at this time was traveling abroad for a few days. While she was gone, the man, known as Isaac, and his girlfriend stayed over to look after the place and care for her dog.
Aunt is overseas for the week, and she asked me and my girlfriend to come and take a camera. She's watching us right now. Hey, Auntie.
Now the only thing in this house that isn't antiquated are the security cameras throughout the place. Although Isaac's aunt isn't home, she still wants to keep an eye on the property. But while looking at one of the cameras late one night, she notices something very strange. She immediately sends the recording to Isaac, who was totally spooked out by what was captured. While his girlfriend was inside a room, this was caught. The noise, as it turns out, was just a draft affecting a door, but this one, according to them, doesn't appear to be affected by it, as it closes up differently. The door gently glides, as if someone was closing it quietly. Although freaked out by this, they weren't as terrified as what they experienced only days later. Now before showing this clip, it's worth noting that a common occurrence in this house is a broom that always falls over by itself. It usually happens at night, and it's always when it's in the dining room that it falls over. One night, Isaac waits patiently for the broom to fall again, when all of a sudden, this happens. Like many times before, the broom is on the ground despite being placed initially upright against the wall. It seemingly falls by itself, or at least that's what Isaac thinks. He's been documenting every instance of the broom falling over, and not once has it occurred to him to check the security cameras around the house until recently. By checking, he could see how it keeps on doing this. So, he tells his aunt to send him some recordings from specific dates of the camera inside the dining room where the broom falls over. He checks each one and doesn't notice anything weird, but when he checks again, he notices something in one video that leaves him beyond spooked. This is what he saw. Isaac and his girlfriend were completely caught off guard upon seeing this. For sure, the broom falling on its own is creepy, but this is something out of a horror movie. A strange, dark figure stands at the window before disappearing into thin air. It's only there momentarily and gone when Isaac is present. But its disappearance wouldn't be the creepiest part about this, because according to the couple, this figure looks like a child. If that's the case, then this makes this next video even creepier. According to them, they may have found something to explain what they saw. Take a look.
Alright, so we found something that might explain what happened last night. These tiles are of 2 children that lived here at some point. This is memorialized, yeah. They memorialized him by putting him on a tile on this fireplace, and I swear this is the kid that I saw.
These tiles, as they would later find out, are meant to honor those who passed away. In this case, it's meant to memorialize the 2 kids on the fireplace. However, neither the couple nor the aunt has any idea who these kids are. She only knows that they used to live in this house over a century ago. Given all that's happened during their stay, the couple believe that a ghost was caught on camera, but more specifically, the ghost of one of these kids. If that's so, then this makes what was captured pretty freaky. But as with all videos, you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera? Or is there something that could explain all these occurrences? Let me know your thoughts on this one. On March 2nd of 2025, a woman named Jeanette moves into a new apartment, unaware that she would film something very unsettling while moving in. Ever since getting the keys to the place, she's been documenting her entire moving in process. But then one day, while making a video, she records this.
Can I help you?
Remember? We're friends.
No, I don't remember. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment.
A man who she doesn't know suddenly appears in her apartment. He most likely walked in after seeing the door was unlocked. Now, while it's unsure if they caught him, viewers are completely baffled by something else in this video. Somehow, the door opens on its own right when Jeanette is heading towards it. In the heat of the moment, she didn't realize this until much later when viewers pointed this out.
Okay, update. I'm just as confused as you guys are. I have no idea what happened. All I know is whatever happened, I'm grateful to whatever opened this door, because if this didn't open, I don't know, some things probably would have happened. So.
Now thankfully, Jeanette makes it out safely and immediately gets help. But despite this terrifying encounter, nothing would prepare her for what occurred only a few nights later. As she writes, "I have no words to explain this." While trying to record a cute video with her cat, this happens. As it seems, the intruder wasn't the only presence inside her apartment. On her bed, this happens. An indentation begins to form, as if someone had gone on the mattress. But then another imprint begins to emerge, causing Jeanette to freak out. Understandably, she scurries over to another corner of the room while trying her best to remain calm. From here, we can barely see the indents, but looking closely, either a black speck or something like it appears on the bed. Terrified by this, and more so by the person outside her door, she calls the police and spends the night at her neighbor's. And yes, her cat also came along. Now, while police did find the intruder who ran away, they have no explanation for what occurred in this video. However, this wouldn't be the first time that something like this has happened.
It was right there between the green table and the bed, against the wall like this.
No.
Oh my God.
Tell me how I saw someone.
Given both incidents, the question is begged, just what is going on with Jeanette's new place? And why is it that something unusual takes place during a break-in? She continues to share videos of her moving-in journey, but thankfully, no new intrusions have occurred since then. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
See if I can get a video of this discovery. I need it to focus though.
These people think I'm crazy. Y'all, look at this shit. Just look. You see that shit? Y'all see that shit? Yo, watch this. Got it on camera. What the fuck?
This next video comes from a man whose entire home is filled with Bibles and other religious artifacts that he worships on the daily. If he's not praying, then he's most likely sitting at his piano playing a song with verses from the Bible. Pretty much everything he has or does in this apartment is based on something religious. Now you might be thinking that this man is simply devoted to his religion. While that's partly true, The main reason as to why he prays a lot has to do with something completely different. As it turns out, this man has been experiencing strange happenings in his home. Ever since visiting his father's gravesite at the cemetery, he can't shake the feeling that something has followed him home. Whatever it might be, he's deeply afraid of it. For this reason, he's been praying and singing religious songs more so than usual as an attempt to get rid of the evil entity that now lives in his home. One day, while taking a nap, he wakes up to a loud noise in the living room. He grabs his phone and records this.
Bueno, estoy grabando este video porque estoy tratando de dormir, pero acabo de escuchar un golpe duro por allá en la sala, entonces decidí grabar porque hace días que se viene presentando cosas extrañas en el apartamento. Son las 4:13 minutos de la tarde, entonces me parece muy extraño que hasta ahora están sucediendo como cosas raras. Entonces, comedor. Miren, es en el comedor. Tengo las ventanas cerradas, miren. Esto viene sucediendo hace como una semana ya. Pues la verdad se me hace muy extraño. Se me hace muy extraño que estén pasando cosas así.
Feeling slightly unnerved, the man sees a set of eating utensils swaying side to side as though a strong breeze had passed by. But as the man points out, all windows are closed shut. Naturally, he was stricken with fear, but not as much as the next incident, as what happens then leaves him terribly shaken up. A few days after this occurrence, the man uploads a video in which he appears to be deeply distressed. Watch.
En el nombre de Jesús te ordeno que te vayas. En el nombre de Jesús ordeno que te vayas. No tienes derecho de estar aquí. Ordeno que te vas. Ordeno que te vas en el nombre de Jesús.
Appearing to be fed up with the supposed spirit, the man tells the spirit to leave at once. But after having done so, a piano key is seemingly pressed by an unseen force. The man quickly rushes out of the room in a panic frenzy. It was now clear to him that something was provoking him. But as if that wasn't obvious enough, 4 days later, this happens. It's 3 in the morning when the man and his girlfriend who was staying the night wake up to strange noises. What happens next leaves them highly unsettled. Take a look.
Bueno, voy a grabar este video porque nuevamente se están escuchando en el apartamento ruidos. Son las 3 de la mañana con 16 minutos y...
Escucha, escucha, escucha.
Sí, en la sala.
Sí. Escucha, escucha.
Esta vez no estoy solo, esta vez estoy con mi novia que por fin decidió venir a acompañarme, pues estaba asustada debido a todas estas cosas que están pasando. ¿Dónde es eso, amor?
La cocina.
¿Qué fue eso?
¿Se cayó?
Yo voy a mirar. ¿Qué es aquí, amor? ¿Qué es aquí?
Amor.
Señor bendito. Amor, quédese acá, quédese acá, yo voy solo, amor.
Yo.
Prenda la luz, prenda la luz. Se ve todo tranquilo por acá. En el nombre de Jesús, manifiéstate. Parece que es en la cocina. En el nombre de Jesús, manifiéstate. Vaya para el cuarto, amor. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Estás viendo, amor? ¿Estás viendo? Es en la cocina, amor. Cuidado con la cocina. Manifiéstate en el nombre de Jesús. Te ordeno que te manifiestes. ¿Qué fue lo que sonó así ahorita, amor?
La cocina.
Mira, amor, mira. ¿Ves que no tiras, amor? Es un vaso. Es un vaso. Y mira, todos los cajones están abiertos. ¿Qué es lo que pasa aquí, Dios mío? Amor.
Strangely, the wind chimes move on their own, and the kitchen appears to be ransacked. Yet according to the man, no signs of forced entry were seen anywhere in the house. Further adding to the strangeness, the man says that his girlfriend felt very ill only minutes after this incident. Whether or not this had something to do with her sudden illness is unknown. But considering what happened only days later, the man can't help but think that the spirit was responsible for this. It's late at night, and the man is once again woken up by mysterious noises when this is captured. Without warning, the sound of footsteps charging at full throttle can be heard heading towards the man before being attacked by an unseen presence. Scared stiff, the man stands in silence while trying to process what just happened. He then picks up his phone and ends the video here. Although undoubtedly strange, viewers find it stranger that the man doesn't turn on the lights in most of these incidents. But the reason for this, according to him, is that the lights for most of the rooms are located at the main entrance, which he stays away from as he's too scared to approach. Whether ghost or not, the man continues to pray and read passages from the Bible in the hopes that doing so would get rid of the strange presence that haunts him. On September 18th of 2023, a couple of friends are meeting up at a friend's house to practice for a dance recital. They'll be performing in a few days, so they want to make sure their dance is perfectly choreographed. Throughout the night, the friends record themselves dancing solo before eventually filming their collective dance. But fast forward to only a couple hours later, and something very strange happens. According to the group, they were playing a game inside a room when something pretty creepy happened. This is what was caught.
Up, wait, middle, down. Okay, I'll do the... Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a 90s dance.
Let's do it. You can only move when the lights are off. You can't move when the lights are on. You have 5 moves to get to me. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. You have 5 moves to get to me. Oh. Oh my God.
Turn the light
Hang
on.
on. Sorry. Something fell, right?
Yeah, it was sitting right here. Was it?
And it just fell off? Okay.
Fell? That's how this flew off. There's no way
It was
this
here?
fell. Feel how heavy this
I
is.
don't know.
Yes,
wow.
it was sitting right here. Did you touch that?
No, she didn't touch it.
I don't know. That's, I don't know.
Maybe it was like.
Wait. What?
Was that
Why
already
is that?
moving?
Oh my! Oh my God! You guys! What the hell?
That was okay.
So what?
What?
Was
Oh my
it?
God!
Oh my God.
What is? Wait! I'm really scared. I'm really scared. What the fuck is that? Really like?
As if playing this game wasn't already creepy enough, this happens. Now right before the video ends, a loud thump is heard on camera. Hearing this sound was enough to silence the girls, as they already knew what it was. It was the same crystal cube that had dropped earlier. This was strange, considering that it was placed securely on the shelf and has never fallen until now. Casey, who was in this video, further adds that it seems to have flown off the shelf, given how far it landed on the floor. It's as though someone or something had flung it. But even stranger are the events that followed afterward. A ceiling lamp begins to move on its own, and a shelf door pops open out of nowhere. Understandably, the girls ran away in sheer panic. Now they have yet to post more videos explaining the events of that night, but until then, it seems that this incident will have no conclusive answer on what exactly was captured in this video. It's late at night when 2 nurses at a children's hospital encounter something pretty spooky. They had just finished checking on their patients when one of them begins to act nervous. Seeming a bit scared, they walk out into the hallway and proceed to stare at something. The other nurse follows along to see what it is that they're seeing. What happens next inside this children's hospital is creepy to say the least. Watch.
¿Qué pasa?
No, salí de la pieza de las 4, no sé, mi esposo cuando salí tenía algo atrás. Cuando vine para acá, se me empezó a pegar, boludo. Me pegué un cagazo y ahora lo veo.
Pues es la estática, boludo. Pero está
¿Qué
lejos.
estática? Está viniendo para acá.
Ay, la concha de la lora. La pibita de la camasita me dijo que le tocaron la pierna, que le apretaron la pierna. Ay, mierda, se viene para acá.
Pero se viene para acá, pelotuda. No. ¿Está prendido el aire algo?
¿Qué sé yo? Sí, creo que sí.
Tómatelo. Vamos para adentro,
me
boludo.
fui a la mierda, la
No, la
concha de
concha.
la lora. Ahí está. Que
Asómate,
pase
boludo.
largo, boludo.
¿Ves?
Ay, la concha de la lora. ¡Ay, la puta que te parió!
Down the hall, a small balloon can be seen making its way towards the nurses. It moves in a straight path before somehow making a turn inside the nurse's room. Not sure what else to think, the nurses believe that this might have been the spirit of a child as they work at a children's hospital. Both nurses even say that early on strange things were happening, from a patient who claims that something had touched their leg to the male nurse who says that the same balloon was following him around. They believe that something paranormal had occurred. But as with most videos, you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera, or was it something else?
Believe what you see does.
God damn. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that? Don't you feel that?
No, I feel what?
Cold.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
Riley, what? What?
Things like right behind me.
Trying to have a picnic. Oh god.
I cannot stop listening to scary stories that happened in Matamoros, which is the Mexico border town, to Brownsville, Texas, which is the valley. I'm from the valley. This could very well just come on over to us. Or is it already here too? Not me scaring myself. Okay, let me tell you the story. So this literally happened in August last month. This guy says that he is a teenager, he's going to school, and he lives in Matamoros. And on this particular night, he had stayed late at school because they had some sort of battle of the bands going on. He says that normally when he does stay really late, because at this point it was 9 p.m., any other day he would always have his two friends with him, but that night he was gonna have to walk home by himself. He admits that he did have a little bit of fear in him walking home alone because the area that he lives in is very dangerous. They're very used to hearing about people being killed. Since he was a little bit nervous walking home alone, he decided to put his earphones in so that he could at least listen to some music to help him relax. Before he actually makes it to the street where his house is, he has to pass by this big stretch of like a lot of grass, and there's no light there, so it's in complete darkness. Thankfully, he said that there was a full moon, so it was illuminating his way, but he was also using his cell phone with the flashlight. So as he starts walking through that big patch of darkness before he gets home, he says that he got this really strange feeling. Starts to feel like dizzy and nauseous and very uncomfortable, like almost like his body was telling him like something was not right. But he also says that he thought that maybe it was because he had forgotten to eat the entire day, so he was just feeling lightheaded because he needed to eat something. Because of that, he was like, oh, I'm just hungry, let me keep on walking. And as he started walking, something made him look to the side where all the grass and bush was, and he explains that he could have sworn that the leaves were moving as if something was there. He doesn't know if it's because his mind was playing tricks on him, but his mind immediately went to, this is a nahual. He admits that he loves listening to scary stories, especially about nahuales, so he was just thinking, I am getting in my head, like I'm overthinking this, but just to make sure, let me walk a little bit faster. So as he started to walk a little bit faster, he accidentally drops one of his earphones on the ground. Obviously, he's no longer listening to the music because his ear thing fell, and when it did, he could have swore to hear something large running behind him. When he turns to look, he says that it looks like a human, but not quite like a human. Like, it was a lot larger. He was looking straight at this thing, and this thing was looking right back at him, and he got so scared that his body was literally frozen in fear. Then, what felt like forever, something inside of him just like reacted. He grabbed his headphone, started running towards his house as fast as he could. As he's running, he feels like the road is getting longer and longer and that he was never gonna be able to make it to all those houses. And he even dropped his water bottle. He did not stop to pick it up. He did not care at that point. He wouldn't even look back, but he explains that he could hear something large running after him and that it even sounded like pieces of clothing would hit the ground, and it was just like running and running, and he knows that no small pet animal would make that big of a sound. He kept running until he found the first post of light where he can actually see that there was 3 men standing outside of a house, and he ran straight to them. He makes it to those 3 guys. He's obviously panting, he's scared, he's nervous, he's shaking, and these men are like, what's going on? What are you running from? What's going on? Like, tell us. He managed to catch his breath and tells them what exactly he saw and what was following him. The second that he tells these 3 guys what had happened, what was following him, what it looked like, all of them heard this loud scream, and it sounded like it was a woman. The scream was so loud that he almost felt like his head was gonna explode, and that the other men experienced the same thing. They immediately tell him, get in the house. They all ran into that house. He did not even know these people and went into that house with them. Once they were all inside, he said that he felt even more scared because he's like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? What is this? The men just started praying, and they started praying over him too. Like, they would touch his head. One of the older gentlemen started talking to him and said, hey, I just want to let you know that I think that whatever was outside had already been watching you before this night. I think it wanted to take you, and I have no idea how you managed to get away from it. They all warned him that there's a lot of people who do not dare pass by that patch of darkness in the middle of the night because they have already heard stories about what happens there. Some other guy was like, this thing saw you alone tonight, and I bet you they thought it was going to be easy to take you. He didn't even know what to say because he was just very scared, and they told them just to wait it out here because it wouldn't be a good idea for him to go out there, being that it's probably still out there waiting for him to get out of that house. He managed to calm himself down a little bit, and that's when the guys started talking to him and explained to him that that thing had been in that area for a very long time, that even when they were children, they had heard stories about that thing. When they were children, there had been a lot of disappearances in that area, but because of how bad the area was, they would just think it was like criminal type of situations where people are being kidnapped and they never see them again. But whoever lived there knew that there was something out there taking people. The people who have seen this and experienced this and had gotten away explain this entity or like being as looking like a wolf or like a really big dog, except that it stands on its hind legs. And that even at some points when it's standing, it does kind of look like a human, but there's just something really off about it. One of the people who described this being also said that even though it looked like the body of an animal, that the face looks like a man. He said that when he heard that, he just couldn't believe it because that's exactly what he had seen as well. He waited it out for like 30 minutes and then he was like, I need to go home, but I'm so scared. Is it possible that you can just stand outside the door and just watch me to get to my house? Like, you don't have to come with me, but just make sure I get home. And the gentleman agreed. Thankfully, he did make it home that night. He hasn't experienced anything like that since, but he says that he feels very lucky that he got away because from the sounds of it, not a lot of people had gotten away from that thing. He still goes to school. He still stays there very late for the battle thingies of the band, and he takes a different route home. Yeah, he is not going back through there. But what do you guys think that was? Because I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does sound like a nahual, but I need to hear what you guys think.
Mommy, I brought you your dinner. Do you want it, sweetie?